And you'll play. So this is a folk singer. This is correct.
I didn't even
No, no, we actually we got work because we got Frito Lake, Frito Chili.
Yeah, see, now when I've gotten this, or shoulders really good, yeah, you go inside, it's like they're whatever. Yeah, that was
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the True Street Coffee House. My name is John. There will be a test. Say that same thing every week. We're hybrid again tonight. Camera mounted in the box on the ceiling, so you can either be here in person or watch on Friday night with your jammies at home.
Sounds nice.
We are a hardcore listening room, which means you'll get one plate from me, and I have to go find my hook, but I have a hook, so you'll be out. We're an all-volunteer staff, been an all-volunteer staff for 52 years in this room. 52 years, 52 Fridays, you do the math. Lots of people have come through here. And yeah, so tonight we've got Joel working sound and camera, Christine there by the door, Jennifer back behind the counter, and my name is? Thank you. One of our regulars here calls me Bob. So I started calling her Bob. So now she answers to Bob. So tonight we've got Shawna Caspi here in the coffee house. And
Thank you.
And that happens to be her. There are flyers on the table. Gives you a little bio on either Shawna or who's coming in the weeks to come. Or you can go to the twowaystreet.org and find out who's coming even for the rest of the year. We're booked pretty much through the end of the year and into 24, partially into 24. So I think they came to hear you and not me. So on that happy note, take it away, Shawna.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. 52 years. I'm so honored to be in this legendary space. I've come to you all the way from Canada, and I love that the room is full. Everybody that has survived the pandemic, that's a music venue, is just a miracle. And so thank you so much for being here tonight. This song is for all of you. It's called The Devil's Rolling Pin. Was one of those days in the dark when the world's made a terrible mark on my softened skin that I covered up after the fact. It was colder than I thought, said I'm never gonna leave this spot, and I got down low like the place was under attack. Well, the March wind was a trickster, he was cooking up a mixture, all the winter left there on the shelf. And I was shaking in my cotton shirt, complaining how my body hurt, staying at home, feeling sorry for myself. Put on your shoes, it's up to you. You gotta move your feet or the demon's gonna do you in. You can lie down when you're dead, said the voice in the back of my head. I wanna live under the devil's rolling pin. There's a club at the end of the block, and the beer list's written in chalk, and I walked in like I was going back for more. And And I said, is this seat taken? I fear my back is breaking. And the thin man at the table said, it's yours. Well, that high and lonesome sound, those guys were picking hounds, weaving in and out of the microphone stands. We raised a mason jar to Scruggs, tore up that old bar rug till my ice cold bones didn't bother me so bad. Put on your shoes, it's up to you. You gotta move your feet or the demon's gonna do you in. You can lie down when you're dead, said the voice in the back of my head. I wanna live under the devil's rolling pin. Well, the wholesome rugged band had the whole room in their hands when they said goodnight. We hollered, play one more. And everyone was feeling fine. They did the last one double time. Couldn't believe it hadn't been this way before. Put on your shoes, it's up to you. You gotta move your feet or the demon's gonna do you in. You can lie down when you're dead, said the voice in the back of my head. I wanna live under the devil's rolling pin. No, I don't wanna live under the devil's rolling pin. I don't wanna live under the devil's rolling pin. Congratulations for beating the devil tonight. Thanks so much, everybody. Is anyone here for the first time at Two-Way Street? No, everybody knows what's going on. I'm here for the first time. Thank you. I've heard about this place for so long. I had met people who had come here who told me to play here. And I had booked a show at Two-Way Street in a little year called 2020. And so I'm really glad we finally made this happen. Hello to everyone in internet land. We are live streaming tonight, so maybe Bruce is there or Wendy's out there. I appreciate the folks tuning in from outside the room too. But my name is Shawna Caspi. I live in Toronto, and it's just really, really lovely to be here. During the pandemic, I put out this record called Hurricane Coming, and so I'll play you a bunch of songs from that album tonight. That's my newest record. And when I created the album, in addition to recording songs, I also created artwork that's inspired by every song on the album. So when you check out the merch piano table later, you can have a look at all the postcards that are images of those paintings that are inspired by each song. So this next one is a song that's inspired by a little place in Saskatchewan called Maple Creek. Anyone out here in the Midwest know where Maple Creek, Saskatchewan is? No? Check it out the next time you're in Canada. It's one of those towns that you probably have them like, you have towns like that here too, where when you go in, it feels like you're walking into an old Western movie. So it's one of those little towns. And so when you check out the artwork for that song, it looks like the Saskatchewan prairie scene. And so I played a show there a number of years ago, and I drove in with my shiny rental car in a town where everybody kind of has dusty pickup trucks. And every time I show up in a little town like that, I'm very much a city girl, I really feel out of place. And I feel like everybody's staring at me. They know I'm not from there. It's like when I drive into Downers Grove and I've got a car with an Ontario license plate. I feel like everybody's staring at me and they know that I'm not from here. So that's a feeling I have a lot on the road, but I've learned doing this job for so long that the other side of that is I keep getting welcomed like this so warmly in so many places where people just take me in and take care of me. And so this is a thank you song to all the folks who do that. And a little love song for Maple Creek. This is called Ghost Town. Feel like the worst kind of person most of the time. A big city bully when I'm stuck in line with the postal clerk who types too slow when I make a sign. I gotta go. I stick out like a shiny truck at the last chance stop to fill her up and I catch a kind word on a stranger's ear, closer than we first appeared. And I come in peace, not in fear, not from around here. And I love the Main Street throwback, the corner bar that just takes cash, the cowboy in the produce aisle. I flash my foreign smile, and he knows by mine that I'm not from around here. I'm not from around here. Out where the road folds in and the sky unwinds, don't let the cold get in, we'll be fine. They say it's different in the summer and I might come back for the rodeo and the racetrack. The roof is worn but the paint is new, and I'm waiting for coffee with the paving crew. And it's a ghost town, even they pass through, and I'm not from around here, not from around here, not from around here, not from around here. Thanks very much. So I thought I'd play you a song that I didn't write, but that I wish I wrote, by one of my favorite Canadian singer-songwriters, and someone who just finally got back up on stage after about 20 years of not performing. And that's, of course, Joni Mitchell, who just appeared this summer. Apparently was phenomenal. Was anyone there at that show? No, I wasn't there either, but I would love to be. There's so many great Joni Mitchell songs out there, but this is one of my favorites. Bows and flows of angel hair, ice cream castles in the air, feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way. Now they only block the sun. Rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done. Clouds got in my way. And I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow clouds' illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. and Junes, Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel when every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way. Now it's just another show. Leave 'em laughing when you go. And if you care, don't let 'em know. Don't give yourself away. And I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears, feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes, circus crowds. I've looked at life that way. Now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, say you've changed, but something's lost and something's gained. Living every day. And I've looked at life from both sides now, from win or lose, or still somehow life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all. Joni Mitchell, she's the best. Well, I recognize a few of you here tonight who were at the Acoustic Renaissance show that I played a couple months ago. Thanks for coming back. So I assume there are some folks here who are fans of WFMT. Yeah. They've been really kind to me. I really love that radio station and the folks who ride with it. And a few years ago, I got to play their big New Year's Eve show in Chicago. And it was New Year's Eve 2019 going into 2020, which was pretty wild to think. And we just had such a blast playing music all night at the station. And I had this new song that I had just written at the time that I brought out and played it just after midnight. And I was really excited about it. And then, 3 days later, we get the announcement that this pandemic thing is happening. And then for that whole time where we were all stuck at home, I wasn't playing this song because it was filled with things that we couldn't do anymore. And so now that we can do them again, I'm excited to play the song. But when I first played that song for a Chicago audience, I didn't realize that you folks in Chicago have this thing called the Blue Line. Because we have a Blue Line in Toronto also. Our Blue Line is what they call the bus that runs when the subways are finished running at night, because we don't have 24-hour subways. So when the subway stops running, this bus kind of plods along the subway route and picks up all the drunk people at 4 a.m. and it's quite an experience. So I put it in this song, but when I played it in Chicago, everybody just laughed at the Blue Line, and I realized we had something in common. But this song is called Give In.
friends go home early, when the night birds are coming alive, after the curtain falls and they close the halls, even the clock on the walls got time. Friends don't let friends go home early, when the street sweepers are hitting their stride, the sidewalk sways and the band still plays. You don't wanna say goodbye, so give in, who's gonna win and who's still standing at the end. When the final call's passed, you know the best go last, after the rest of the world turns in. Friends don't let friends go home early, when finer plans have never been dreamed. Deepest truths come from the corner booths, how the words come loose, knee to knee. And friends don't let friends go home early, when the blue line is running so slow. Might as well ride out this beautiful night and hold tight if you don't wanna go. Give in, who's gonna win and who's still standing at the end. When the final call's passed, you know the best go last, after the rest of the world turns in. When the final call's passed, you know the best go last, after the rest of the world turns in.
I'll play another song off that, what I'm still calling new record. There's a couple years in there that don't count. It's still new. This is called Hold the Light.
He came from a house of worry and fever, no one talking about wear and tear. Now when you shout, it's a little bit meaner, and all of it seems to keep you scared. And I've been there too, and I know the other side. I can take you through if you hold the light, hold the light. No reckoning day to settle the score, where every mistake feeds a firing line. You can be safe, and you can have more, where love doesn't measure and it won't run dry. And I've been there too, and I know the other side. I can take you through if you hold the light, hold the light. Hand me your fist, and I'll read your fortune. My thumb on your wrist, steady and slow. It's hard to exist in a city of orphans, all fighting the force of the undertow. And I've been there too, and I know the other side. I can take you through if you hold the light. Hold the light. Hold the light. Hold the light. Hold the light.
Thanks so much. All right, I'm gonna play you a love song. I'm gonna use a love song. For a long time, I was everybody's friend who helped them move. I was a musician. I was home during the day. I was used to carrying around heavy gear and things through international airports. And so I always would offer myself up to help people move because, as you probably know, if you have ever moved, it's like the worst day ever. And if I can show up and make that day a little bit better for someone, I'm happy to do that. At the end of the day, I get to go home, take a shower, sleep in my bed that's all set up. It's all good. So I was helping two friends of mine move in Toronto a while ago, and it was this couple, and I had helped them move into their apartment, and then a few years later, I helped them move out of their apartment. They were moving to the East Coast. And a whole lot of things happened in between, and they were still together and still stronger than ever. And it was really inspiring to just kind of be an observer to this relationship and watch them on this day where they were trying to navigate something really stressful, but they did it with such ease and just this respect for each other and this love that was just really beautiful to look at. So when I was walking away from that day and going home after helping them move, I wrote this love song. It's called Love in a Moving Van.
We'll find love in a U-Haul truck. Start with a gamble and follow our luck. How do we handle when the road gets rough? That's love in a U-Haul truck. We'll find love in a moving van. Pack the edges with as much as we can. Anything we leave behind, build again. 'Cause that's love in a moving van. And it all comes out on the other side. We arrive with something to show. If it all falls down, we'll set it up right. We can go. We'll find love with a trailer on the back. When the lifting's giving me a heart attack, you revive me when I get off track. 'Cause that's love in a trailer on the back. We'll find love in a folded down seat. Make some room when our tempers meet. Get out the cases, line 'em up neat, 'cause that's love in a folded down seat. When it all comes out on the other side, we arrive with something to show. If it all falls down, we'll set it up right. We can go. We can go. Oh, we can go. Oh, we can go. We'll find love in the front of the cab, with your hand on my knee and your foot on the dash. We can get there slow, or we can get there fast. 'Cause it's love in the front of the cab, and we all wanna love like that. We all wanna love like that. We all wanna love like that.
Thank you very much. So I think I first heard about Two-Way Street through the network of folk music conferences that we've got. The one for the Midwest is called FARM, Folk Alliance Region Midwest. Went to that one time. Been to Folk Alliance a bunch of times. We have a couple in Canada that I've been to. And if you've never been to one of these conferences, I know some of you in the room have. Joel, you've been there. Melissa's been there. They're pretty wild. You can imagine what you might think of for a kind of regular business conference. If you've ever been to one of those for your job, where everyone goes to a hotel, and during the day you go to presentations and networking lunches and stuff like that. And so we do that too at music conferences. But the difference at a folk music conference is that at night, when you would usually go to bed, everybody stays up and plays music all night. And we turn all the hotel rooms into little showcase rooms. And so for me, a solo independent musician at one of these things, I have to network all day and then play music all night for about 4 days straight. And so there's no sleep, and it's very exhausting and can be very overwhelming. And so I went to Folk Alliance a few years ago in Kansas City, and one of the things they had there was this challenge where you could sign up and pick a songwriting prompt out of a hat, and then you would have until the last day of the conference to write a new song. And everyone who did that got to play their new song on the Sunday morning of the conference for everybody. And so a friend of mine challenged me to be part of this, and I was very resistant, because generally I don't write songs that quickly, and certainly not under that kind of pressure. But I said, what the heck, I'll give it a shot. And so I picked this little tiny piece of paper out of a hat, and all that was written on it was the word celebrate with an exclamation mark. And so I thought about it, and I wanted to write about all the little tiny things we celebrate that we sometimes miss. And miraculously, I got it done by the end of the conference, and I got to play it on the Sunday morning, and it was my favorite thing of the whole weekend. I got a song out of it. So this is Celebrate.
Look into the light when the winter's been too long. The answer that you find when the trouble's gone. The kind of love that undoes any doubt, and the weight that sheds when you finally figure it out. We don't have to wait, there's so much to celebrate, more to see in these little victories. the show. The scan coming back all clear, 5 years in a row. Choosing to forgive in the face of a fight, and the shy girl calling up a crush on a Saturday night. We don't have to wait, there's so much to celebrate, more to see in these little victories. We don't have to wait, there's so much to celebrate, more to see in these little victories. Here's to all the quiet voices sounded for the very first time. Here's to all the early risers standing at the front of the line. We don't have to wait, there's so much to celebrate, and more to see in these little victories. We don't have to wait, there's so much to celebrate, more to see in these little victories. We don't have to wait, there's so much to celebrate, and more to see in these little victories.
Thanks so much. Well, you folks seem super nice. So I'm wondering if you'd be interested in hearing a new song that no one's heard yet. Oh my goodness, I'm very scared. Because the record came out 2 years ago almost now, I've gone into the next cycle of writing for the next record, hopefully. And it's nice to be able to road test those songs, because the record that I put out in the pandemic, a lot of those songs were actually made in the studio, and I didn't get to play them live until long after they were recorded. But the way I'm used to doing it is writing songs and then playing them for live audiences and seeing what you think. So I will give it a try. Because I haven't played this for anyone yet, I haven't talked about it yet. And I'm still kind of figuring out how to talk about this song. But I've been thinking a lot about whisper networks. And what those are these networks of usually women who, in the absence of a good method of reporting things, will just quietly warn each other about abusers in their communities, typically abusers at work. And I think they're really important. But what I think also is that they are incredible things to create community and to create connection, because the experience of abuse is often really isolating. And you don't want to say anything, you don't want to report anything because you feel like you're the only person there, and it's very lonely. And these networks create support and empowerment. And so I wanted to write about that. And I ended up reading this book of short stories by Amber Sparks recently. And I had been thinking about this for a long time. And then in one of the stories, right near the beginning of it, it said, "Our warnings were like whispers." I said, all right, I gotta write this song now. So I will give it a try for you, Downers Grove audience. See how it goes. I wanted to write a song for those women who think that if they say something that no one will listen, you know, that they're the only one. But when they do say something, it just creates this avalanche that flows out of it and that heals so many people. So I call this song Downpour.
Heard it like a warning. You said it in a whisper, in the shadow of vultures, in the belly of the whale, in the light of the morning. I know those bruises and blisters, but the face in the mirror looks a little more like me. And open the sky, bring on the storm. I was calling for rain, and you came pounding on the board. You thought you'd be a drop in a bucket. You were a downpour. You're the safe house porter, bathroom wall barker, pushing silent alarms, leaving notes under the door when I was all out of order and the days got darker. You said you'd been where I started and you knew where I stood. So open the sky, bring on the storm. I was calling for rain, and you came pounding on the boards. You thought you'd be a drop in a bucket. You were a downpour. There's a lot on the line to get up and name it. And I don't want to be famous, I just want to sleep through the night. Oh, for one last time that I have to explain it, for the chance to unchain it from the base of my spine. Open the sky, bring on the storm. I was calling for rain, and you came pounding on the boards. You thought you'd be a drop in a bucket. You were a downpour. You were a downpour. Left me a record in the wake of a wreck, and something
important thing. If you do anything for me tonight, please sign the mailing list so that I can tell you when I come back to places like this in your neighborhood. But I'll play one more song, and then I'll play a whole other set if you stick around for the second half. I was walking around Chicago today. I'm staying in Chicago, and they have these overpasses, like where the trains go by and stuff. And then underneath, people have created beautiful murals all over the place. And I was walking by one today, and there was just this big sign on the mural that just said hope. So I'm going to play you a song about hope. This is called Hope Lives.
Hope lives with a letter in the mail, porch light glow where all else fades, and hope will drive you home. Hope lives in the first sign of spring, an old habit quits, a new day rings. Hope lingers, a good night kiss, sunrise cutting through the clouds, gold in the grave, and the heart that knows it'll come around someday. And hope lives in the firewood and the flame, one dry match, the campsite in the rain, and hope will guide you back. And hope lives in a love worth saving, nerves worn thin from a long time waiting. And hope will stand at the door, but you gotta let it in. Sunrise cutting through the clouds, gold in the grave, and a heart that knows it'll come around someday. And every generation wants to hold it. And if it's broken by the one that came before, we can look for more. Sunrise cutting through the clouds, gold in the grave, and the heart that knows it'll come around someday. And the heart that knows it'll come around someday.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Now that I'm all mellowed out, we'll take a short break. Washrooms are out the door and to your left. I never start if there's a line for the washroom. Or, better yet, if somebody's buying merch. Never ever. So the merch lamp is lit. It's over there, and you can. You wouldn't mind if we take all of that?
You can take as much merch as you can carry.
Okay. As much as you've got the money for. Yeah. All right, so take a short break, and we'll be back in a minute or two.
Oh. I got the emails that went back and forth. Thanks for coming, sitting in the front row. I'm staying with James Curley. Do you know James? Yeah. Yeah, I'm staying at his house. He is a safe haven for many musicians.
Anybody who's got the voice. As you were playing, I was thinking to myself, first of all, what kind of guitar is it?
It's a quart.
Oh, it's a chord. I couldn't see the name of the style.
Yeah.
I was thinking, this the way you played it, the way this instrument was meant to be played. I mean, that's
Thank
how
you.
beautiful I think it was.
Thanks. We've been together for a long time. I've had this guitar for 23 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I always tell people with quartz, they sound more expensive than they are.
It was really, just the way you played it, the way it sounded, your voice is gorgeous.
Thanks
The
so
way
much.
the lyrics, I mean, it's just the whole thing, the whole package is just.
I'm so glad you're enjoying it.
And I just looked at your paintings, and they're even
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
So this is the last question, and I know you want to break. So there was, I know Canada's a big country. I have a friend who lives in Ottawa.
Yes, I'm
And-
from Ottawa.
Okay, and there was, no, he lives in Toronto. His daughter lives in Ottawa. Anyway, there was an artist here named Lynn Hanson. Do you know
Yeah.
Lynn Hanson?
Yeah, of
I was
course.
thinking, well, maybe you do, but it's an awfully big country.
We all know each other.
I was thinking that probably the community of singer-songwriters
Yes.
is probably very, very tight. She was so incredibly good.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, it's going to be hard to beat that. But you were right up there.
Oh, thanks
And
so
I'm
much.
serious. And, you know, you don't have any accompaniment.
Right.
They were so amazing. You've
Yeah,
heard them
yeah,
play,
yeah,
right?
yeah. She like gets up on tables and
I
yeah.
was just blown
Would you see her
away.
here?
Yeah. I saw
Yeah,
her
that's
here,
cool.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm most excited about the most recent one, but I'll tell you that there are three of them there.
As I walk down.
So that's got a full band. And then Forest Fire is just pouring out of
Streets of old Chicago. Why I'm always looking back, never noticing where I really stand, too blind to see beneath my feet
You know what? I think you guys are gonna be okay. Where are you fishing?
So go to Petoskey, meet the sister-in-law.
What's the sit? I don't know her. Give me a second.
Stop it. Johnson. How you doing? Johnson.
Okay, we're going to get started again. And I love how when I stand up here, all of a sudden the room goes quiet. You guys are all well trained. Next Friday, we have Michael Miles here. Yeah. I suspect it's going to be a full house. So if that's where you want to be, allot enough time to get here early. Because, like I say, we might even sell out, which is a good thing because the performer gets most of the money. So, but yeah, tomorrow in this room from 2 to 4 is what's known as a country western jam, which is the same thing as a sing-around, except that it is, you'll never guess this, country western. Yeah. That's from 2 to 4 in this room. There's a guy who's the leader. You can come, you can listen, you can bring an instrument, you can sing along, or all of the above. 2 to 4 in this room tomorrow. Like I say, next week, we're saying get it right there. Michael Miles. And yeah, he's been here before. He's a very popular guy. And like that. I'm sporting a brand new shirt tonight. Compliments of our performer last week. And she believes that music is medicine. My wife says, next time you go to the doctor, you should wear that shirt. Also, some people ask, hey, John, why do you wear a hat on stage? Of course, David knows the answer. He's got that smile over here. It's because if I take it off, vertrise, you might be a little blinded by my receding hairline. So, Shawna, are you ready? Okay, well then why don't you come on up? And I will step away. Take it away, Shawna.
Thanks so much. Thanks for sticking around. Everyone's got everything they need.
You were my favorite summer, my Empire Orchard roam. We heard the hum of the hurricane coming, had an acre to go. You were the cloud in the cover, I was the rue in the rain. We had enough over which one of us was the weather or the vain. And what a howl it makes when the last bough breaks. Sky will forsake the ground. Didn't know how to save it, couldn't turn it around. All we could grow, and it fell to the crows. Oh, what a terrible sound. We were done by December. That's when our hands and our hearts got cold. Sold our spades on the darkest day, and traded our stocks for gold. And what a howl it makes when the last bough breaks. The sky ignites and the earth shakes. The echo rings where once we were kings, and those who tend will someday take. You were my favorite summer, my Empire Orchard Road. We heard the hum of the hurricane coming and had an acre to go.
So how many of you actually live in Chicago and you've driven all the way out here? Oh, a couple of you. You've driven through traffic to be here today. I haven't spent too much time in Chicago, but the time that I have spent has always been really cool. And I really love how lots of people are cycling in Chicago, especially out along the lake. There's lots of paths and people ride, bike shares and things like that. And that makes me really happy. I live in a city that is full of traffic as well, and cycling helps with that. And I am an all-season cyclist in Toronto. So the more people who get it out of their cars and onto their bikes, that makes traffic a lot better. So in Toronto, we have an organization that tries to advocate on behalf of cyclists, because there's always that conflict between cyclists and drivers. And one of the cool things that they do is that they will hold these events where people can bring their bikes in to get tuned up for free. And that encourages more people to get on the road on their bikes. And so I ride my bike through the winter, and it gets all gunked up with salt and slush and stuff. And so for a long time, I used to bring my bike every spring to one of these events and get it tuned up for free. And I felt like after a while I was taking advantage of this service. And so I thought I would write a love song for the bike mechanics in return. So this is called My Baby Can Fix a Bike. My baby can fix a bike. He's good with his hands and he knows what I like. When he tightens the spokes, my temperature spikes. My baby can fix a bike. He's got talent that couldn't be taught. He knows balance and he knows what he's got. He puts every piece in the perfect spot. My baby can fix a bike. In this world of cracks and breaks, all the wear and tear of past mistakes, he's the one who can make it all right. My baby can fix a bike. He's the quiet kind who won't deny a favor, and he's warm under all of those layers. Don't buy the parts if you can't do the labor, 'cause my baby can fix a bike. We're all complicated machines, and we're marked by the places we've been. But this one rides like a dream, 'cause my baby can fix a bike. In this world of cracks and breaks, all the wear and tear of past mistakes, he's the one who can make it all right. My baby can fix a bike.
becoming even harder to trust. Got a smooth running love and affair. He keeps me in good repair. While all the others keep begging me to choose them, but all these intricate gears just confuse them. He's got the tools and he knows how to use them. My baby can fix a bike. In this world of cracks and breaks, all the wear and tear of past mistakes, he's the one who can make it all right. My baby can fix a bike. Oh, my baby can fix a bike. My baby, my baby, my baby can fix a bike.
Thanks so much. Little love for all the cyclists out there.
Wait, love, show me what you're made of. Tell me that we tried it all and came to this retreat. Say, love, maybe what we gave up wasn't ours to spin around, wasn't ours to keep. And every time you say my name, lose my bearings, and I wouldn't dare to ask. Sometimes bargains turn to hard lines. Words go off like landmines and tear the earth apart. So we paid up, bet the rest to break us. Oh, what a way to wake up, reeling from the start. And every time I see your face, lose my bearings, and I wouldn't dare to ask. So tell me if it's all too late, and I won't come back. No, I won't come back. Slow down, here's what I know now. If we really came to do our best, then I can't be second guessing. And if you go now, go with everything I'm missing. And I won't pull you in, no, I won't call again. And if I'm gonna walk away and lose my bearings, I won't have to ask. No, I'll know that it's all too late, and I won't come back. No, I won't come back.
Thanks so much. So I crossed a lot of train tracks coming in today from Chicago. There's lots of trains around here. And I feel really comfortable around trains. I did a lot of touring on the train in Canada, the one that goes from Halifax to Vancouver. It's an overnight train if you take it for several days. And there used to be a program where they would have musicians come on the train and play music for all the people who were stuck on this long train for so many days. And it was a pretty cool thing because we would get to meet all these new people and see the country in a really beautiful way. And the deal was, for every day that we were on the train, we would play 3 sets. And it was a very strange thing because if you've ever been on one of these trains, they're very narrow, they jostle around a lot, and they're very loud. So there's no amplification for these shows. And we would just kind of stick ourselves in a little corner and try to brace ourselves on the wall and just play music for people. And I did this for years, and I went across Canada many times and got to meet some great people and see some beautiful things. And unfortunately, the program doesn't exist anymore, and we're trying to kind of rile up people who did the program and who were on the train when musicians were there to write letters or somehow to say how important this was, because it was a really incredible experience. But when I did this, at first I didn't really know what to expect, and I quickly learned that when I play music on a train for people who didn't show up tonight knowing what they were in for, people don't want to hear me play my own songs. They want to hear songs that they know, and they want to sing along, and I didn't really have any songs that people knew. Like, all the cover songs I had were just songs that I really loved, not necessarily songs that people knew. And so I would try to collect songs that I thought people would really enjoy. And I picked up this song. It's one of my favorite old songs. And all I knew at the time was the first verse and the chorus. And I would just play that over and over again. And everyone seemed okay with that. And then one day on the train, some guy said, "Hey, there's other verses of that song." And I said, "If you know them, try to find them. If you can get like an internet connection somewhere in the wilderness and tell me what those verses are, I will sing that the next time I play a set." And so somehow he found these verses on the internet, and I learned the song, and I've been playing those verses ever since. And I love this song so much, I put it on a record I have called Forest Fire. And to this day, I'm actually not entirely sure I have credited the other verses correctly, because they seem to be a mystery. So if you know for sure who wrote these other verses, or if it is the original songwriter, let me know. I heard a rumor that maybe Leonard Cohen wrote the 3rd verse of this song, which seems like a little bit far-fetched, but if you listen to the verse, you can hear a little bit of Cohen in it, so this is a chance. But if you know this song, please sing along. If you only know the first verse and the chorus, that's fine. Most people, I think, do. But if you know all the verses, or if you know more verses, please come talk to me afterwards and teach me more mystery verses to this song. It's called the Tennessee Waltz. I was waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz when an old friend I happened to see introduced him to my darling, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz, only I know how much I have lost. Oh, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee Waltz. Well, I wonder how a dance like the Tennessee Waltz could have broken my heart so complete. Well, I couldn't blame my darling, who could help from falling in love with my darling so sweet. No, it must be the fault of the Tennessee Waltz. Should've known just how much it would cost. I should've seen it
coming. It's all over, but the crying, blame it all on the Tennessee Waltz.
See, who knew that? Who knew that line in that chorus? Not many people.
Now she's dancing in the darkness to the Tennessee Waltz, and I feel like I'm falling apart. It's stronger than drink, and deeper than sorrow. This darkness she left in my heart. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Only I know how much I have lost. Oh, I lost my little darling the night they were playing that beautiful Tennessee Waltz. That beautiful Tennessee Waltz.
Thanks so much. See what I mean about that third verse. If you find more, let me know.
Nothing comes apart like a mother's good heart when her boy's been living rough. She lit another candle for his soul, but it was never enough. She came here looking for peace, and all her worry and grief, calling up to heaven, hoping for a little relief. She bowed her head like the good book said, trying hard to settle up. Said another prayer to keep him safe, but it was never enough. She came here looking for peace, and all her worry and grief, calling up to heaven, hoping for a little relief. Those words can't bury the beast. He's gonna come out and bare his teeth, calling up to heaven, hoping for a little release. She cried, oh, won't you put me back together? I know that I've been gone a long time. I know I'm gonna have to do better. But Lord, won't you save my child? And if the good Lord knows everything that goes on, he's gonna call her bluff. She put another dollar in the bowl, but it was never enough. She came here looking for peace, and all her worry and grief, calling up to heaven, hoping for a little relief. Those words can't bury the beast. He's gonna come out and bare his teeth, calling up to heaven, hoping for a little release. Calling up to heaven, hoping for a little release.
I'm going to play another song that I wish I wrote. Does anyone know who Anais Mitchell is? Oh, good. It's kind of funny, when I play in the United States, there's like places who really know her and then places who don't know her at all. But I'm assuming that Hadestown must have come to Chicago at some point. Has that come to Chicago? Do you know about her musical called Hadestown? Oh, it's playing right now. Fabulous. I haven't seen it yet. It's playing in Toronto as well. But, you know, Tony nominated. Folk singers are really doing well on Broadway these days. But when I found out she had written that musical and, you know, she was really blowing up, I did a deep dive into her catalog as a singer-songwriter, and she's just written so many incredible songs. And I found this little one that I love playing these days because we're finally back out in the open, back at live shows, back at festivals. I know the Woodstock Festival was last weekend, and some of you folks were there. I was also at a folk festival last weekend, and it's just such a joy to be back doing things in person and to be connecting with people in person. One of my favorite things in the world is to go to a folk festival and just sit in the grass and like feel the weight of all of your troubles just melt into that grass. And so I learned this Anais Mitchell song, and I just love playing it to celebrate being back in the real world.
Wanna live in the real world. Wake up to real birds singing loud enough to be really heard by us in the real world. Wanna lie in the real grass, watch the real clouds rolling past the pastures, the everlasting feel of the real world. Wanna talk with my mouth full, pass around the vegetables with real folks at a real table, a meal in the real world. I wanna dance in your real grip, feel your real hands on my hips, taste real whiskey on your lips as we kiss the real world. Wanna cry on your shoulder, real feelings flowing over, blow my nose as you really hold me close in the real world. I wanna live in the real world, wake up to real birds singing loud enough to be really heard by us in the real world.
Thank you. Anais Mitchell. Beautiful song. I'm going to play another one off of that new record, Hurricane Coming. And if you checked out the merch table on the break and saw those postcards, each postcard is not only inspired by a song on the album, but each one is also inspired by an art or craft form that I felt had something to do with the song. because when I was exploring abstract painting, it was still kind of new for me. Usually I do landscape painting. And so I needed something to hold the paintings together in some kind of structure. And so I chose these art forms. And the one I chose for this next song is something called visible mending, which is a textile art where you repair rips in clothing from the outside of the clothes instead of from the inside where you try to hide it. You actually go and you make it more visible, but also more beautiful. And I thought that was a great analogy to kind of wearing your scars on the outside. So this song is called One More Chance. This time I will do no harm. I'm a straight shooter with a broken arm. I got one eye closed, one eye blind. Not out of sight or out of mind. And I need one more chance. I need one more chance. I have learned my lesson. Please give me one more chance. Now I know what I have missed. I'm a good luck charm on a broken wrist. For what it's worth, in my defense, I had no form to go against. And all I've done, I told the truth. I'm a scotch on the rocks to a broken tooth. And I can't bury my mistakes, so I'll lay 'em out for all it takes. And I need one more chance. I need one more chance. I have learned my lesson. Now I'm asking one more chance. I need one more chance. I have learned my lesson. Please give me one more chance. Thanks very much. All right, this is an older song of mine. A bit of a lonely song. I do a lot of touring all by myself, particularly in the United States, because I can't afford to bring other musicians down with me when I cross the border. But during the pandemic, I was living alone in a tiny little apartment in Toronto. And I got very used to seeing the same four walls every day, where for many years I had gotten used to seeing something different every day, and then just kind of rolling in every once in a while to this dark apartment with an empty fridge because I had been away on tour. So here's a lonely song for you.
to keep it down. Don't do me any favors, I'll show myself around. When I close the door behind me, leave the latch undone. You know where to find me, I'm not gonna run. If you're gonna get here, I hope you get here soon. And I'm leaving all the lights on, waiting up for you, with nothing to show but the distance between the love I know and the love I've seen. I never learned to listen, never learned to ask. Don't know what I'm missing, I'm scared it's come to pass. And I hold this heart together with a needle and thread. I keep pulling for the better days coming up ahead. If you're gonna get here, I hope you get here soon. And I'm leaving all the lights on, waiting up for you, with nothing to show but the distance between the love I know and the love I've seen. If you ask, I'd say I must be the last in a long line, still stealing glances, thought I'd have all the answers after all this time. Papers don't deliver here, no salesmen come to call, nothing to lose out of fear, no words at all. If I could close this space between us, we'd be howling at the moon. But all I've got is patience in this calendar of days, and no one else in the room. And if you're gonna get here, I hope you get here soon. And I'm leaving all the lights on, waiting up for you, with nothing to show but the distance between the love I know and the love I've seen. The love I know, love I know, and the love I've seen.
Thank you. From an uneasy relationship with home to a more stable relationship with home, which is something that took some time for me after being a touring musician for so long. I think after doing it and being on the road, I started wanting something more stable, something that felt more grounded. And so when I was writing this song and thinking of the artwork that goes with it, I chose the art form of quilting, because a quilt felt like something that was real and tangible that I could touch, whereas being a touring musician felt really abstract. And it also felt like something you would have in a nice cozy home that you would come back to and curl up under every night. So this song is on Hurricane Coming. It's called Leaving Came Easy. Lay me down to rest. I can't carry anymore. No, I can't keep looking for another sign above the door for the traveling poor. It's a funny kind of storm, where the wind blows through my chest when my house is bright and warm and I'm nobody's guest. And isn't where we stay, where we've been. No one makes a break that clean. Maybe absence is an old excuse. Who could say where the knots got loose? Leaving came easy. Leaving came easy to me. Lay me down to rest. This game I never won. Oh, the world weighed a ton, but I'm not blaming anyone for how I'd run. Where the long night stretches, I gave it all that I had left, turning over engines just to catch my breath. Is it where we stay or where we've been? No one makes a break that clean. Maybe absence is an old excuse. Who could say where the knots got loose? Leaving came easy. Leaving came easy to me. Isn't where we stayed or where we've been. No one makes a break that clean. Maybe absence is an old excuse. And who could say where the knots got loose? Leaving came easy. Leaving came easy to me. Leaving came easy. Leaving came easy to me. Thanks, everybody. I just got one more song for you. Can we have a huge hand for Joel on the sound tonight, making everything sound good? Thanks to John for emceeing. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, everybody who volunteers. I know some of you are here, some of you aren't here, but the fact that this place has been here for 52 years is incredible, and it's volunteers that have been making that happen. So thank you for being here. Thanks, everyone, for coming tonight. I really appreciate that you filled the room for this out-of-towner, out-of-countryer, this Canadian who's come all the way down here to play for you. It's really been a pleasure. This has been a place that I've heard about for so long, and it's just always felt like it was almost going to happen, and then got pulled back. So I'm so happy I could finally play here at Two-Way Street. Thanks to everyone online who tuned in your pajamas. Someday I'm going to do an all-pajamas tour. I keep promising this. I wear pajamas, you wear pajamas. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Right? Well, thank you so much. My name is Shawna Caspi. I do tend to be in and out of this country playing shows, so I do hope I can come back to the area again. Once again, there is a merch table over there. If you do anything for me tonight, please sign the mailing list so I can keep in touch with you and let you know of any cool new things that I'm doing or places that I'm going to be. And then you can also check out all the artwork and the music and take some home with you if you'd like. So I got one more song for you. I try to play this at every show that I play, and I think I'll just send it out to all of the folks in various state and national political scenarios who are trying to turn things backwards when we want them to go forwards. And in order to make that happen, we just have to keep asking for the things that are good, and we have to keep voting and keep raising our voices where we have a platform to do so, because some people can't, and the more that we can help raise them up, the better. So thanks again so much. This is called Not So Silent. For the sisters who are stolen and the missing person files, the stories unreported that never go to trial, for the names that are ignored by a country in denial. We are louder than them. For the daughters who have disappeared when they stood to disobey, when a life that's lived in freedom is a threat to some old way. The sentence is cut short when there's so much more to say. We are louder than them. And we will not be silent, and we will not be shamed, and we will not sit still and bend our will in honor's name. Don't come for permission. There are no warning shots. We are the voices that call out for those who cannot. Neighbors warned, don't walk alone down streets we thought we knew. And suddenly we're reckless, and the consequences due to the men who just can't help themselves and the courts who wave them through. We are louder than them. To the officer who looked at her and said she was to blame, the woman charged in self-defense, the judge denied her claim. The history that haunts us and the fear that never goes away. We are louder than them. We will not be silent, and we will not be
ashamed. We will not sit still and bend our will in honor's name. Don't come for permission. There are no warning shots. We are the voices that call out for those who cannot. And there are no isolated incidents, and we are not isolated innocence. It's more than just coincidence, and we're louder. It's urgency that drives us, and mercy that survives us. It's her and him and I and us, and we're louder. And we are louder than them. We're louder. We are louder than them. So let's choose change to counter danger. Love the company we keep. Rise to those who challenge us and dare to call us weak. When equality has fallen from the language that they speak, we are louder. We are louder than them. We are the voices that call out for those who cannot. We are the voices that call out for those who cannot. We are the voices that call out for those who cannot.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Another wonderful evening here in the coffee house. I've been checking the online. So far, there's a woman from Perth in Ontario. There's an Albany, New York, a Fort Myers, Florida, and a Bettendorf, Iowa. So if you thought you were playing to a little local club, hello. We have people tune in like that from just all over the country, and even our friends up north. So, like I say, next week, I'll get that right one more time. Michael Miles. On this stage, 8 o'clock. But, does everybody know what I'm going to say? Yes. Nobody gets out of the coffee house without an encore. So, you can act real surprised.
Just turn around.
Yeah. So, just by chance, do you happen to have one more song we could listen to?
Sure.
Oh,
Are you
good.
done? Absolutely.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
What was that place in Iowa called? Dettendorf? Bettendorf. Where?
The Quad Cities.
Oh, it's near the Quad Cities. Okay. I've only been to Iowa once. I went to Iowa City. Well, thank you so much. It's always sweet to get an encore. I figure if I'm playing an encore, I'll play a love song. And this one's also on Hurricane Coming. And the artwork that I created for this song is inspired by an art form called kintsugi, which is the Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold or silver lacquer. And if you've ever seen any of that, it's really beautiful. You get, like, if you broke a pot, instead of just gluing it back together, you see all the lines in these silver and gold veins. And again, it's another way of kind of bringing forward what was otherwise maybe a mistake, but then highlighting it and making it into something beautiful. So as I send you out into the night today, I encourage you to to remember that you are wonderful, you are worth it, you deserve love, and if you find love, you should run towards it as fast as you can. This is called Running Start.
I've been in a rush, and I've been on a ride. Sometimes I need a push to come back from behind. Finally, I'm following this racing heart. And I will love you with a running start. I've been slow to trust, and I've been quick to bail. I used to keep my distance, complain to no avail. Now I'll show you all the good I pulled apart. And I will love you with a running start. And I will love you with a running start. I've been slow to trust, and I've been quick to bail. I used to keep my distance, plain to no avail.
I sang that verse already. You probably want to hear another verse. Okay, let's try another verse.
I have given up too early, and I've been late to rise. And I've thought myself unworthy of the finer things in life. But the look you give me is a priceless work of art. And I will love you with a running start. And I will love you with a running start. I've been alone, not quite alive. I've let chances go right by. With you I am compelled, I know it well. And I will love you, I will love you, I will love you with a running start. And I will love you with a running start.
Thanks so much, everybody.